Hi, my name is Lori Checkley. I'm the lead manager at Family House University Place. And I'm going to be sharing with you levels of service for our guests. Levels of service. In our first slide, you'll see there are three people standing in the slide. The first one is a customer who's looking at 11 items that she's placed on the conveyor belt. The express lane states that she may have 10 items or less. The cashier on the other side is blowing bubbles, has her arms crossed as if she is not going to help this lady. And the bag boy is standing with his hand on a lever that will send the unsuspecting shopper into someplace she's never been before. What do you think was the shopper's expectation? Well, my guess is that she was hoping she could take care of this. There's no one in line behind her, and then she could grab her groceries and hurry out the store. This obviously was not going to happen. In this next slide, you'll see the customer saying, how can I ensure I'm getting 100% orange juice? And the cashier says, buy an orange. Maybe she was asking this as a point of information, maybe in an inquisitive manner, or maybe she just wants to ensure she's getting the real thing, or maybe she's making small talk. How many guests need friendly small talk to feel safe and not alone in the hallway, in the kitchen, or at the desk? But again, customer service in this slide is in short supply. Buy an orange, lady. Ron Kaufman is an expert in customer service and has suggested and described 6 levels of customer service. The first one is just very basic. It's a little disappointing. In fact, the person can reach a point of frustration that can turn to anger. It's not so disappointing or making her so angry that she's going to complain to anyone, but she will tell her friends what happened at the store that day, and she will not come back and tell them not to either. The second level is expected service. This is pretty much described as nothing special. It's pretty average in the norm. It might be what you and I expect most of the time, just expected service at a store at checkout. If this woman found a store where she was treated well, would she bother returning to a smart mouth cashier? Would you? What would the cashier say instead of buy an orange if he was giving expected service? Well, he might say, ma'am, I believe you can trust this. It says 100% on the label. Or, ma'am, I believe it's regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. The third type of level of service is desired service. This is what the customer hopes for and prefers. They will do business with you again because you do things just the way they like it. What do you think desired service would look like in this case? Well, it might be, let me check that for you, ma'am, or let me take you to the aisle with the juice and we can look together, or let me call someone to help you. The next level of service would be unanticipated. This is something special, like an unexpected gift. It gives our guests and this customer more than they expect. What would that be in this instance, unanticipated? Well, it might mean, let me check that for you, ma'am. I'll Google it. Or let's call the manager from the juice and dairy area and we can ask him. And the last level is unbelievable service. Now, here's a level we would all like. This is a level of service that customers and guests cannot forget. This is legendary treatment they will tell their friends about. What would have been legendary service in this case? Well, the cashier could have said, well, you know what? If we can't figure out the right answer right now, and you go ahead and take this home and return it if you find it isn't 100%. And we'll give you back your money or replace it with a 100% product. I'll write my name on the receipt and approve this. Or he might have said, Well, let's taste it and see if you think it's 100%. If not, we'll find another brand. That would be pretty unbelievable. These are examples of legendary service. She would certainly tell someone that she tasted orange juice that day at the counter. The other kind of unbelievable service is what this poor woman was experiencing when no one would help her and she was being sent through a trap door. The goal of Family House is to provide service that's consistent and building a standard. Because without a standard and a plan for guest services, the service we provide may be relative to your own experience or my own experience. For instance, if my standard for the best hamburger in town is at McDonald's, your standard might be Burgatory or Burger or Tazzaro's. That's why it's important that we build a Family House standard that we can all work from and towards. The standard helps us to become consistent as a team as we serve our guests. So we've talked about these different levels: basic, which is disappointing; expected, which is really nothing special; desired is what the customers are hoping and preferring. This is the level at which they will do business with us and they will come back again. And that is Family House goal. We want to give our guests desirable service. The next level up is unanticipated. So it's the surprise. It is something special. It's not something they thought would even happen at Family House. And of course, the last one is unbelievable. And if we can get to that, that would be fantastic. You've probably all heard the saying, you never get a chance to create a first impression. The Family House goal is to start with desirable, move to surprising, with the hope of reaching unbelievable. Our challenge is to craft our standard to be consistent as we serve one guest after another in each house and in each situation. We have limits to what we can offer our guests. We can't always offer them a perfect parking spot. At the same time, there is no limit to offering our best in a language of kindness, helpfulness, and respect, and in a manner that shows genuine interest. Whether we're on the phone all day in housing, or working hard to clean rooms and housekeeping, or maintaining and repairing broken dishwashers and maintenance, or in a support position in our main office, making sure that computers work, that volunteers show up, that everyone receives a paycheck, and developing more financial goals. Our attention to our guests will go a long way to accomplishing our vision and our mission: welcoming the stranger, creating a home away from home, and actually serving up a place where families come to heal. I want to explain the activity that we've set out for you. We have a couple of scenarios which we'd like you to look at and respond to. I'm going to do the first one with you so that you'll have a sense of how to do this when you do it on your own. As you can see in this slide, your guest is checking in. She brought 2 caregivers. Only one is listed in the reservation. So what would be the basic way we would answer, we would have the desired service in the basic level? It might be, oh, I see you brought an extra person. I'm really sorry, we don't have room for them. Only 2 can be in that room. The other person will have to leave. The next is expected. The next level is expected. So in the expected level, it might be like, oh, okay, yeah, we can manage this. We're going to find a place for you. I see there are 3 of you. Desirable would be, hey, welcome to Family House. We do have a room for you. We're so glad you decided to come and stay with us, and we're going to take care of this for you right away. Unanticipated might be, oh, we see there are 3 of you. Actually, you know what? We're going to move you to a larger space so we can accommodate your wheelchair and that you'll be more comfortable. An unbelievable service might mean, we see that you're here to stay with us for tonight. We've decided to pay for your stay while you're here. Here's the slide that you'll be working on. You see this guest sitting in a chair. Again, you're going to be looking at what's desirable, and that is our main goal. And in the final one, you'll see a person standing there looking pretty frightened and saying, I'm here by myself. I live out in the country. I've never been to Pittsburgh before. Please go ahead and work on that. And then I want to thank you for remembering to give our guests the service they desire in as consistent way as possible. Thank you.